Blog Talk Radio.
Mon mari, te dis mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami c'est mon madame, wakako, puis dit marié. Mon mari, te dis mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami c'est mon madame, wakako, puis dit marié. La la et la, la la li la et le. La 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 et la, la 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 et le. Mon mari, te dis mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami c'est mon madame, wakako, puis dit marié. Mon mari, te dis mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami c'est mon madame, wakako, puis dit marié. Mon mari, mon Dieu, mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami c'est mon madame, wakako, puis dit marié. La la et le, la la li la et le. La 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 et la, la 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 et le. Mon mari, mon Dieu, mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami c'est mon madame, wakako, puis dit marié. Mon mari, mon Dieu, mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami c'est mon madame, wakako, puis dit marié. La la et le, la 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 et le. La 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 et la, la 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 et le. Mon mari, te dis mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami c'est mon madame, wakako, puis dit marié. Mon mari, te dis mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami c'est mon madame, wakako, puis dit marié. La la et le, la 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 et le. La 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 et la, la 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 et le. Mon mari, te dis mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami c'est mon madame, wakako, puis dit marié. Mon mari, te dis mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami c'est mon madame, wakako, puis dit marié. La la et le, la 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 et le. La 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 et la, la 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 et le. Mon mari, te dis mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami c'est mon madame, wakako, puis dit marié. La la et le, la 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 et le. La la et la, la 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 et le. Te dis mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami c'est mon madame, wakako, puis dit marié. Oh ma dénonce, c'est ça. Oh ma dénonce, c'est ça. Akan petit bout, c'est ça. Oh ma dénonce, c'est ça. Akan commando, c'est ça. Oh ma dénonce, c'est ça. Oh ma dénonce, c'est ça. Oh ma dénonce, c'est ça. Akan petit bout, c'est ça. Oh ma dénonce, 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 c'est ça. Mon mari, te dis mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami c'est mon madame, wakako, puis dit marié. Mon mari, te dis mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami c'est mon madame, wakako, puis dit marié. La la et la, la la li la et le. La 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 et la, la 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 et le. Mon mari, te dis mon mari me pose. Mon mari me propose, puis dit goûter donne-moi. Mon ami c'est mon madame, mon ami c'est à Dieu. Mon ami
everybody. I just want to make sure that I put on some music. Hey, can y'all hear me? Hello. I apologize. A whole entire hour. I've been trying to get on to Blog Talk Radio. They said something about some technical difficulties. And anyway, I want to make sure that people know, hopefully, you guys are not listening to a whole hour of just airtime. I don't know. I just know I was going back and forth with this thing and trying to connect back on. And anyway, hello, how you doing? I didn't get a chance to write out my stuff. I'm just got a little distressed because the thought of domestic violence. I think that we talked about domestic violence before. And the thought of that is also sexual. Now, when we look at sex, we think about sexual intercourse, whether it's fellatio, that's oral sex, or anal sex, or being touched inappropriately. Whether it's being touched inappropriately can be just verbal conversation. It could be somebody talking to you about your children, someone who may be using beamers or whatever they got to entice some kind of sexual act or some kind of sexual anything that is sexual that you do not like, or it's a violation. Okay, don't get it twisted. If somebody is bothering you and they're focusing on sex, and it just looked like it looked, they would have some conversation talking about, well, here it is with these men who I ain't trying to call out these people like this, but let's just talk it over, okay? But you mean to tell me that here it is, they could get some men who come out of prison or selling dope or was pimps and all that kind of stuff, and you mean to tell me they're going to sit here and worry about my panties? Motherfucker, when do we have a conversation? No, street meat. When we going to have a conversation about how somebody else thinks they're high and mighty when here it is, those people actually try to lure people off the streets or try to lure them off the streets that they're doing crime. Now, me being a female is not a crime, okay? And I ain't out there soliciting. So I don't know what the trip is. Anyway, honey, what? Street? This is what y'all call, this, what? Okay, listen, salubrious people. I tell you that domestic violence, I was traveling, and I met some people, and we had a little altercation, but I was talking about domestic violence, and prior to this incident that took place, and while I was traveling with someone else, I'm going to use a hypothetical story. Now, what happened is that I think that it was aggravated, or it was kind of like initiated, because I didn't know where it came from. You understand? Well, here it is, the focus became keys and cell phone, and it was keys, cell phone, and money. Okay, this thing became a conversation of just that, keys, cell phone, and money. Okay, keys, cell phone, and money. And I'm like, are you mean to tell me that we're going back and forth having a conversation with men who may be married and they want to sit here and question if two swarthy onyx people are together? That is the most absurdest thing. Honey, the saddest thing to know is that here it is, you got these people grappling over, here it is, our onyx complexion. You got people over here calling themselves all kinds of things. Why do we have to make it like it's a complex? Why do we have to have somebody who has to separate and make it? We together. It's obvious that here it is where we wasn't really thinking about that, and we was embracing our unity where you had these people want to have us have a conversation about that. Now, who's doing that? Your pappy? Okay, they ain't my pappy. Oh, shit. Understand it. Salubrious. I'm going to say it again. Today is now the 13th. Is it the 13th? Excuse me, the 13th. The 17th. Today, well, it was Saturday, so I'm going to have to put in my Saturday. Saturday, June 16th. Saturday, Monday. Maybe that's something. Monday. June 16th, 2014, okay? Monday, okay? Now today is Tuesday, the 17th, but this is still Monday's news. Good God Almighty. You know, sometimes I do like having a conversation with people, okay? Salubrious. Today is Monday, June 16th, and I want to repeat it again. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, okay? I was talking to this young man. We were riding on the bus, and this young man, he was hollering and fussing about his mom. I told him, I said, young man, you love your mom, okay? Oh, man, hear this. And I was like, he was talking to another female. And the question was, why are you talking to another female like that about your mama? You know, that's your mama. Go and give you, man, hear this. And so it made me wonder, how does these men, for these other men to sit there and try to hoard another woman over our man's head, and as if here it is, I mean, we thank you. We thank you because we know we know that you come from our womb, and from here it is them seeds. And yet, it just makes me wonder, honey. But I say, here it is, man, you embrace your mama always. You love your mama, give her a hug, give her a kiss. I look at my children, and, you know, the other day, my baby, she came in the house, and I just had on the little thing, and she wanted a fuss, and I couldn't understand why. So she picked up her things, and she went over her dad. I said, okay, I ain't gonna argue with you. Hey, you know, I don't want all that little negative energy. But I had to ask her, what do you think those father people look like? Ain't that something? Now, here it is. I don't know where it became an issue. I'll be at the door and see my daughter off to school, have on my pink robe, run out of the house, have my pink robe on, or whatever robe I had on. Honey, had a scarf, and we kept it pushing. Okay? I mean, here it is. Yes, we have distinctive style. Don't get it twisted, and we're thankful. Yes, there's some things that we can work on, but yes, we're thankful that those men, they love us. We thank you. Happy Father's Day here. But let me go back to this young man's story. So he's like, oh, my mama, He said, well, here it is, my mom. I said, well, my grandmom got custody of me. I said, but your grandmama and your mama stay together with each other? And he's like, yeah. Well, here it is, my mama hey, go give your mama some sugar. Give her a hug and some kiss. Well, here it is, you know, when I was a little boy, I was molested. Here it is, my brother put his dick in my mouth. I said, you know, I ain't going to get it twisted, and don't get it twisted. You know, we think about our young girls. Well, yes, they're young boys. We think about the church. Yes, they doing the little boys like that. And said, and yet here it is, some of our young men, they are going through certain things, and they are experiencing certain things, even from maybe, I don't know. That would be a question, see? So while we're sitting here looking at our young girls, yes, our young men, they also experience something else. But I want to go back and make that reference to my travels and the conversation of just, what it was is that I was actually traveling. And when I was going to some of these places, I wanted to find out about their resources and what they were doing, how I can get involved in the various places that I was going, in the community. Now, when I went there, just to see what was going on, I met up with this lady, and they have a woman's thing. And the conversation that they were having really was more about teaching children about AIDS. And it really was blessings, really elementary. But the conversation also was being communicated how, you know, maybe she's a liaison or a counselor for men and women who may have their relationships, and they may go back and forth a little bit here and there. And what they do is that they will go out to the rural areas or little towns, okay, and, you know, provide some knowledge in regards to HIV, or, you know, how you can have preventative measures. So the thought was, you know, as I was walking down the street, you know, going about my daily business, I realized, you know, I started to look at domestic violence, okay? And then here it is, as I was, you know, kind of looking at each category, you know, I was like, wow, this seems interesting. But listen, sexual abuse, blessings, even if it's dealing with our children, is a violation. You understand where I'm coming from? And yet when you have these people who want to sit here and go about certain things, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like nobody touching me or I don't like feeling indifferent about my body and about me or anything else like that. Oh, here we are then. No, 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 no. I cannot. No. Why would I assume that here it is, what? No, honey. And it's like, for real, for someone else to sit here and imply how it is, and it's like, and they're doing that, I ain't gonna fib to you. I got a little bitter, not bitter. I'm a good woman, okay? But I do not like that. I do not encourage that. I do not want anybody to feel like they should feel violated sexually or any of the illies, as we will call it. Okay? Now, I'm like, well, here it is. You mean to tell me this representation of these people, they married, they got women, and here it is, they're coasting around this world talking about how they, they're this, and they want people talking about some Anu cup and bending your head down and shit like, what? Okay. And yet, I tell you the God honest truth, yes, we could be one. Mind you, one, if they're talking about on one side and another side and this one's up the middle, then when you look at that one, okay, now let's look at the one, okay? So even if we look at one, you better believe it, that one probably have a little line, and in that thing right there, remember those little bubble numbers? Well, here it is, they draw the little bubble numbers, and here it is as a bubble. Okay. And you see that right there? I did the little bubble number, it looked like a little snake. Or like a little cobra or something. Remember the bubble numbers? Okay. So here it is. You can have the bubble numbers, but it's what's going on in the inside of that matters. What are you feeling in that one? Because the thing is that they want you to go look up and down, look up and down, look up and down. Okay, while you going to look it up and looking down, over here's this one. They trying to camouflage stuff and this, that, and the other. It is an issue. Okay? Now, I did see different ones. One looked like a 7, another one looked like a giraffe, another one like a slant. So now you got to look at your ones, because apparently what y'all missing is thinking that it's on. Okay, now look, we got this, okay, and then here it is. What's going on in the middle of that? If you feel like here it is, the right and the left look like they look, and then here it is, you still got something, then that means that here it is, that one, okay? I tell you, this is the absurdest thing. Anyway, what's this? I ain't going there, okay? So, listen, it is a violation. Oh, our kingdom. Oh, kiss it. I'm like, honey, I'm trying to understand why here it is. You got a group of men. I'm a female, okay? I've been a heterosexual woman as long as I've known it, okay? I ain't know nothing about none of that until here there's a conversation transpired with somebody else, okay? Now we can communicate when we start talking about polygamy, okay? But just because you have polygamous relationship, it's not polyamory, okay? When we look at okay, or whether polymer or whatever hell you want to talk about, but the question is, no, not the question. It is a difference between polygamy and polyamory, okay? I don't want any woman or any man to feel like it's okay to be sexually violated. Now, I know that I said something to that young man about loving his mama, but I encourage our women and our mothers and our women and our children to love your daddies too. You know, I had a friend, he was incarcerated. He was talking about, how he would help out and do all this and do this. And then yet here it is, he's unincarcerated, and now I can ask for a dang on dollar. Where the dollar at? So some people, when they're incarcerated, they talk real big, don't they? Okay. Oh, well, here it is. I can't stay with you because you tell me I can't have no company. What? You mean you're going to keep your family out in the street because here it is, you want to argue about some company? Now, if first of all, if a woman is trying to help you have something, and you have to fix what that is, do you feel like you should have some company? Because if the company come, you got to work. But he chose his peers in company over his family. I tell you, sometimes these people, y'all just not thinking. Now, I'm a handy woman at times, blessings. Blessings. Okay, don't get it twisted. Get off of me. Now you mean to explain to me. I'm going to repeat this again. Now here it is. I put on my, well, no, y'all haven't gotten it yet because I'm going to be working on my website. I'm working on it so I can submit this new information. I've had some people ask me if I knew where there was affordable housing. I had homes.com on there, but I'm changed it to put on the affordable housing. Don't get it twisted. You can't tell me that here it is you can't find a home. Because SWE Homes, they offer homes in Texas as well as Texas, yes, Texas, and Georgia. I put them on there because I like Texas, because you know that's where my people from. Okay? I got all people all the way from up here all the way down there. I don't know them, though. I do not. But big up to the people from coast to coast, from the east to the west and the south and the north. What's up? Listen. So anyway, SWE Homes. You know you can put a home on layaway. They're willing to work with you. So here it is. Some of the houses, though, they need to be rehabilitated. You know some of these homes, people that went in there and did that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, well, brother, man, I want to help you get a house. Oh, it's the loudest thing. I can't stay with you. I said, why you can't stay with me? Because here it is. You told me I can't have no company. What? People out there and listening man. That man was willing to leave his family out in the street because his argument is not securing that his family is safe, that he's making sure he's taking care of them and feeding them. Here it is, the property that we're talking about probably need rehabilitation, need to be fixed and all that kind of stuff. But his main thing was wondering if he could have some company. Now, I'm a female, and I'm going to be there helping you clean up and do this and do that. And yet you mean to tell me you want to invite another female, and yet your stuff is not together and you're still living in a house with somebody else? But yet they authorize that you have company. Does that make any sense to any of these people out here? Please, I'm just asking you a question. You should be man enough to make sure that we have a place to stay, and if you feel like your stuff is that big and you feel like you want some company, then you find your house for her. But you make sure your family is all right. What? Anyway, my name is Irene Ratliff of Regal Street Meat Company. Street Meat Company is a non-profit organization seeking partners and sponsorships such as the listening audience to help ameliorate goals that can improve our community. Listeners, you can call 646-564-9776. Street Meet The Point. We are on air up to 120 minutes daily at 11:30 p.m. By the grace of goodness, we are on Blog Talk's premium package. We would like to maintain the package. We do need donations, and please visit our website at www.streetmeet.biz and www.meetup.com/streetmeet, /meet. No, hold on. /meet. And I also want to say, I explained to these people that we, meaning my listening audience, that we are crowdfunding too. And like some people, they may be like, okay, well, donate on the website, and everybody want to holler out 501c. Now, the thing is that to tell you the truth, I don't know why they do the 501c. And well, they said that, you know, there's some government grants, not government grants, but there's some benefits to the aspect of 501c. And I know that it is. There's nothing wrong with unionizing and all that kind of stuff. But I guess, you know, to some extent, I don't know. Yes, I need a Street Meet Company because I felt like this. I had this man asking me about some contracts, which I'm out there still looking out for. Next Step Staffing. Next Step Staffing actually works with people who have been incarcerated. And I'm going to go into some other information. And the question was, if I was going out there, what information would I give them to talk about Next Step Staffing? So he was like, okay, I'll do some contracts. Anyway, I was like, okay, hold on. I'm Irene Ratliff. I'm Street Meet. Blessings. You know, that's our representation. And we is people that I've aligned with that got on about meetup.com, whether they understood it or not. I actually had to get in contact. Okay, so we, meaning we've already put out some flyers here and there. So me and those I was engaged the Spider Monkey to, and this, that, and the other, and you, the listening audience. Anyway, so my concern was just that, but we do not necessarily, we're going back and forth. So I did the fiscal thing. So anyway, I did this fiscal thing with this lady. Now, what it is that when you do fiscal sponsorship, they're supposed to help you with grants. There are grants that are available there. But for some reason, and like, say for example, I'm raising money, they will house it. Well, I'm kind of thinking, first of all, I can house my own stuff. You understand where I'm coming from? And that this is where some of these people who are out there, they're looking at things a certain kind of way. Wait a minute. We have some 501(c)(3)s being utilized. And it's like, well, can we utilize those 501(c)(3)s? And the reason why, because there are grants out there. That means that we do need people who know how to do that so that we can take advantage of some of the benefits. Thank goodness that there's programs for like the SBA and stuff like that, because the thing is that we do want to have benefits and take advantage of those benefits. Okay. So anyway, I applied for this fiscal sponsor, and it was said to me clear that they just the ones that housed the program or housed the whatchamajigget. And I said, you mean to tell me they don't give you no grant money? And so the woman, she kind of fumbled a little bit in her conversation, but she's like, well, what we do provide is administrative services, okay? But that's not all what a fiscal sponsor does, okay? So I'm out there. Don't get it twisted. I know it's just that I'm just trying to have the momentum of what Street Meat Company is. But there was such a question because I went up to Home Depot and I explained that. It was on Friday. Thank you, Keith. His name was Keith or Kevin. Thank you. He gave us a $50 donation to buy some tools, and I have the tools here, but we need a shovel, one of them big shovels, so that we can go back over here to the horseshoe, okay? Well, anyway, I did it with a little bit of this, that, and the other, and when you do a large projects, we do have a tool bank and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, when you're looking at planning, they want to question if X amount of dollars, when you get it for some of these grant places that help try to ameliorate the communities and have small projects to do this and do that. Yes. It seems like it's kind of, I don't want to say difficult, but you almost have to have, where's the interest of the people? Okay? Now you have to look at marketing. So I will be going to Neighborhood Nexus. Okay? Neighborhood Nexus is supposed to provide information on where I can go here and there and there. And I ain't going to fib to you. I'm like, well, how does these churches get big like that? Okay? Like even when a minister feels like he's branching off, I mean, he carries that many folks with him. Yeah, we seen this. Yeah, I used to have some brothers that was doing grassroots. They'd be like, oh, Miss Irene, this is complicated. But anyway, going back to this. So yes, those things are there because you want people to get involved. Not everybody have an interest in picking up trash and keeping their community clean. But this is why Street Meat Company and our effort is just that. Our interest to promote Nguzo Saba and here it is, the 7 principles. It's just like that. You think people out there and they, this guy, he asked me, he said, you gonna pay me for that? Well, when they tell you they think I have the money, they're talking about the conversation to maybe entice us to work. But I've been meeting people who feel like they want to have some money in order to do just that. Now, when is it that we have to pay somebody to take a shower and clean their butt? That went somewhere else. Now, come on, y'all, really? Anyway, I just wanted to say again, family, Nguzo Saba. It is important. I wrote this guy a little note today, and that's like, we are Street Meat, baby, and we have 5 branches. And our 5 branches is Tulips, Blog Talk Radio, True Milleration, Kite Society, and Nguzo Saba. Okay? Okay? Okay. I want to say, please, for those of you, I will go on to GoFundMe. See, I don't want to go and be dancing around with a lot of different www websites, okay? I try to maintain it with strictme.biz, meetup.com, and yes, I did put it on Facebook, so if you're looking at it for people to like it, I don't know if they got it or not. I only got one like. Like it some more, okay? So anyway, well, it's just the truth. I'm like, well, they just going back and forth, you know. Wow, what are these people, what in the world? Anyway, you could go to GoFundMe. GoFund me. And GoFundMe and it's Backstreet Meat. Okay? www.gofundme.com Street Meat. STREETMEET. Yes, people, we have to raise money. Yes, I ain't gonna fib to you. I'm, you know, I had to call a few of these people who are actually on my thing. You know, people want to try to friend me on my personal Facebook. I ain't gonna fib to you. Hey, I have to utilize the Street Meat. Okay? Because the thing is that when I look at the people who are actually on my Facebook, I met them personally, and it was not business related. Okay? Now, the thing is that when I'm going to these different functions, I have to do that because I want to be able to acknowledge who is who, right? Okay. So if you're going to like me on Facebook, on Street Me, I mean, like me, period, like me, like me, yeah. I didn't even Ratliff yet. But when I was communicating Street Me Company is just that. So Street Me Company do have a page on Facebook. Okay? And you can go to gofundme.com Backstreet Meat. Okay? STREETMEET. Why do we have to raise money? I tell you the God honest truth, there's some things that I'm doing. There's some things I'm doing here. You know, like today, I've literally kind of went through some of my paperwork. Yes, to do that too. Yes, I have to have my business separated from my personal life. That is true. But the thing is that I do paperwork. Like Sundays and Mondays is my paperwork days. Now tomorrow I'm like literally I need to go out and do something. Blessings, I'll work it out. But in terms of copies and this and that, and I was passing out flyers, and I had did the six you know, and I was like, I thought that was just too big. I don't want to do that. I think that right now I'm just going to try to personally speak to some people. I'm not sure if I want to type a letter. How do I explain Street Me Company to them? Do I still want to do this? So right now, the whole thought process of how I want to market Street Me Company, is it a flyer? Is it a this? Or should I even do that? You know, should I just go ahead and mingle with people, give them a business card? So right now I'm in the thought process of how do I communicate with other people and entice them about the knowledge, or you know, and let me see, not that, but enthuse them about the knowledge of Street Me Company and what we can do to help improve our community. Okay, so the thing is, there's certain things that we would like to do. Like we would like to create the Nguzo Saba jewelry. We need to make candles. We need to buy the jumpers for the children. We also need to buy clothing for some of the people, you know, have an assigned color of clothing maybe when we go out to the different schools and stuff and dance, and maybe when we're going out there and incorporating certain things so that we can look uniformed. Blessings that I went somewhere else. And just many, many other different things. Money for us to study in terms of Kite Society. We need to have some kind of idea and format of what we're going to do with True Amelioration. Yes, we look for people who are good people, okay? People who are willing to work. And I explained to this guy, he's like, well, we got this one and this one and this one. I'm like, I know that's right. But yes, we want people to be physically involved, okay? That means going out to the meetings and donating. Now I understand why they ask for membership, okay? Street Me Company do not ask for membership. But the thing is that what is mandatory is that we're looking for people to donate. You know, okay? And what is good about Meetup.com, it shows who provided the money. Where I may not get that on Facebook. But on Meetup.com, each person that donates money, it is on there. And it shows me how much this person or that person actually donated money. So yes, we do need, let me break it down. Street Meat Company is Street Meat Company. And the branches of, or the committees are Tulips. Do we need to raise money for Tulips? Yes. Like right now, I actually did Awesome.com. And the AwesomeAtlanta.com, and the reason why is because what I would like to see, how I would like to see Tulips. Even if the people are paying the money for the seminar, the thing is, even if I want to use some of those resources to try to help with maybe some people who may come in and speak and teach them or teach us how to do certain things, there's other things that are there that we want to be able to provide and have in terms of Tulips. So the thing is that Tulips as a spontaneous adventure is not really, okay, bring your notebook, you're going to take notes. No. This is more like on hands kind of adventure. Okay? It's just that. Hands-on adventure. Listening adventure. It don't have anything to do with taking notes. Okay, well, no. Okay? Surprisingly, at first I was like, okay, Blog Talk Radio don't need, we have to raise money for Blog Talk Radio. The reason why is because, let's just say that we have an opportunity to be on another radio station. Well, we need somebody who will be on Blog Talk Radio trying to communicate what that thing is and be able to maybe submit that information to maybe some other radio station or maybe some other people, but we can promote Street Meat Company. And we have to maintain the packages that they have. They have like different tiers. We have to be able to maintain that. And then if not that, be able to transfer over certain things. We need people to make copies, this, that, and yeah. So yes, I mean, even though I'm on the computer like I am right now, yes, we need people to listen and then make sure and type that up, do the transcriptions and all that. Yes, honey, yes. Okay. True Amelioration, yes, we need to raise money for True Amelioration. The reason why is because even though I'm going to upgrade True Amelioration, okay, True Amelioration actually will be affiliated with Ledette Enterprises, okay, and the question was arose, and the reason why it was arose was, how do I don't, the way I see it is that, say, for example, the automotive idea. I met someone who said their husband can break down the engine and break it down a certain kind of way, and the thought was, good evening. The thought was, well, if he could break down the entire engine, is it possible that he can? If he could break down the entire engine, can he rebuild and build up his own engine altogether? And so if we're able to, get other people who could do certain things, maybe we can invest in certain parts or pieces, be able to make certain connections with other people. We have to make phone calls. Maybe we have to travel somewhere. All of this require travel, okay? So to keep the momentum, to go here and there. I mean, yes, we have to be able to travel to these places. Yes, they have some events. They charge money. We have to be able to do that, too. Kite Society, the same thing. Maybe we have to buy some books, okay? Not only buy books, but then, when we look at the research, the time to take that, the research, to type that, to do the dictation, put in all the little S's and the little commas and the numerics and all that, okay, doing the research on that thing, okay, yeah, that takes some time to put all that together. Then we have to look at security and go into other avenues of security. Yes, we have to raise money, and that's why I like Meetup.com, because when we're asking for certain resources, is allocated right there in each one of those groups. Matter of fact, I'm going to just do that. I'm going to make sure that on the pages that I'll put on there, where it's just a continuum, where you'll see that where we're looking for certain resources that people want to just donate to those areas, okay? Naguzo Saba, we have to raise money for that. We need to buy tools, like it's drums, things for the jumpers, things for communal activities. And this is just kind of basic. This is really just basic. This is just what would be to try to kind of house our overhead. It don't have anything to do with the resources that we need to actually participate in the larger picture, which would be trying to do economic development with, let's just say, how we want to see our community grow and develop. Now you're communicating with other people who can, other persons, where the money flow will be different. Okay? So considering that, right? All right. So yes, we do need to raise money. And you can donate at streetmeat.biz and meetup.com/street-meat. Okay? Street and GoFundMe. www.gofundme.com/streetmeat. Street Meat Mingle will be Sunday, July 6, 2014 at 2 p.m. Southwest Library, and hoping to see you there, okay? They have a park area, and if you have drums and dance, yes, we would like to create some cheer. As I had mentioned yesterday, I had went over in the Oakland area, blessings. I went over in the Oakland area. They have a good-looking park. Now, somebody wanted to tell me about West End. I wanted to mention that too. Also, I was out walking and I met this young lady, and they have kickboxing on the 21st at behind the West End train station, Adair Park, and the young lady name is Flash. And they have the kickboxing for ladies, okay? So if you like to kickbox, I may just go over there and check them out. I may not participate. You know, I don't know. I have to prioritize a few things. I do go out there, as I said before, and exercising. Yes, I need to work on that too. I did cut up my cantaloupes and ready to juice that mayana, but we ain't going to go there, okay? Yes, you already know. I know, you know, we all know. All right. I wanted to make a correction in the conversation. Yes, Americans speak Ebonics, and Africans, they speak Afrionics. Afrionics and Ebonics. Boy, I tell you the truth. These will be called out, right? Anyway, there is so many things to do, and yes, we do value your support. Again, there's a lot of things to do out there, okay? There's a lot of things to get involved with, for real, though. And we encourage our listeners to get involved with local associations, neighborhood club associations, know your politicians, join libraries, read and research more often, locate the local law library, and build relationships pertaining to the citizens in your area. Join the park and recreations department. There are a lot of things to get involved with. You just have to participate, okay? Also, we had a conversation. I was speaking to a young man. He was sending me notes, and the notes that he was sending me, you know, he's on this board, and it's not that I'm not, you know, I'm definitely in relations to or communicating with the UNIA, and I'm also communicating with Us Lifting Us, 10-10-50. You know, I would like to be involved. Don't get it twisted. There's other avenues that I also am involved with too, okay? But as I explained to the young man, we are a street meat company, okay? And he was like, well, listen, they want to do this, they want to do that. And I'm like, okay, I'm supporting that too, you know. But the way that maybe we are going about certain things a certain kind of way, I don't know. That's why, you know, I have to learn more about what they're doing. I'm not disputing, here it is, their effort, okay? I mean, their objective is to try to improve the community. They have relationships in the international community, whereas, you know, Street Meat Company, we're just here in Georgia, okay? But the way I approach certain things may be a little different, and that's what I was kind of explaining to him. I said, well, do you know your politicians? I'm like, he's like, no, he don't know his politicians. Well, we're Street Meat Company, baby. You have to know your politicians, okay? All right. So I told him I'll come over there and visit him and teach him how to do street meat. Okay, but oh no, we got to run from that. I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with that. What you mean? Anyway, let me run some rundown on it. So, you know, I'm not in no competition with any of our four organizations. and the effort of those men. But there are a lot of people out there, and one of the matriarchs, she was saying, why don't you talk to those young men? I was like, I know that's right. And it's just true, okay? And so when she said that, it just so happened that I was going through some of this paperwork. You know, I'd be collecting certain papers off the street or when I'm going to these certain events. And they have this at the Urban League of Greater Atlanta. It says, need a second chance, then new beginnings may be for you. And it's like asking, have you ever been incarcerated within the past 6 months? Are you out of work and need help finding a job? Are you ready to upgrade your job skills for a new career? Do you live in the Metro Atlanta area? Are you ready to work and try something new and different? If you answer yes, they actually provide services, okay, and they're holding orientation. So that would be Mr. Thomas Cotton with the Urban League of Greater Atlanta, 404-659-1150. And then I saw this other thing where it says, I am a boss. It's never too late to be great. And then it was asking for these young men who is out there in terms of juvenile justice, okay? Do you currently have a criminal record associated with the Department of Juvenile Justice? Are you currently under juvenile detention or on probation, parole, and have decided to pursue your dreams? Well, let the neighborhood college program show you how, okay? So this right here, this focuses on men 14 to 24 years old, okay? And then it had some information here about their entrepreneurship program, okay? And yes, the Department of Labor, they're participants too, with the Urban League with that. Well, the thing is, my argument is our men need to upgrade when it comes to studies. Oh, that one went somewhere else. But anyway, they upgrade. So I was just looking. They do. We do. Yes, we do. But the Urban League so happens to actually, I know that Goodwill Industries, yes, they have certain job trainings at Goodwill Industries. So for those young men who feel like they want to upgrade and just not go through remedial classes, you know, how to do your job, Goodwill Industries have that. Now, I was looking at this thing with the Urban League. Hold on. If they have contractors college. And I thought that was really interesting. It says contractors college builds the contracting skills of small and minority business owners and key executives. Oh, okay, maybe that's something else. I was getting all excited. But anyway, it says success to prime and subcon. Oh, they talking about contractors. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Yeah, you know we need to upgrade in our education. You know our men need to know how to do construction. What's wrong with them folks? But anyway, yes. Big up to Urban League. Okay, you know, here it is. I'm a advocate for. I will advocate for Goodwill Industries because I would like to work with the Urban League. The reason why I'm mentioning those things is because that, you know, our matriarch said, why don't you get with those young men? And it just, I ain't gonna say, oh, young men or jailbirds or anything like that. I rebuke that. But the thing is that, yeah, you're right. How do I communicate with those young men and ask them what do they think their future look like? So all that being said is, yes, I will be going towards the Urban League and asking them about their program and how we are able to communicate true amelioration. You know, it's all right. We can have a little spider monkey on the bottom of all that advertisement, like we partners. You know? Okay, we don't have to wait for them to get over there. You know why? Because I went to a few places and I was actually with a local union. I have information in my hand. You know I ain't going to tell you this because you know I talk a lot and you know I will tell you anyway. But I will tell you this. But I got a list of stuff in my hand, union stuff right here. Upgrading education. I said, you know, I don't talk a lot. But you know I will share that with you. You know that. Huh? Right? Okay. So, but the thing is yes, that would be something that I would be talking to the Urban League about, and talking to the Urban League with, or whether, however you want to look at it. I'm like, what? Now, you know we need to talk to the Urban League about this right here. I got this little stuff right here. Yes, I'm going to go talk to them, see what they look like. You know, I put this little information down, Atlanta Center for Self-Sufficiency. Now, I went over there and I spoke with Ms. Johnson, and I wanted to ask her how I can, collaborate with them and work with them because they actually work with homeless people. Well, so does the Urban League. But right now, can we upgrade on some of these services? Yes, we can. Okay? So anyway, big up to the Urban League. I will be typing a letter, sending the information, asking for requests for a few of them folks who in those different departments. FYI. Okay. Yes, I would like to partner up with the Urban League because they have the entrepreneur theme. And those entrepreneur positions, can we put in true amelioration? Can we upgrade how they do their research and upgrade how they think about business? What are those entrepreneurs? What are they doing? I was going to go to the entrepreneur class, but I went to a lot of entrepreneur classes. And as I mentioned to you before, I have to understand what is the difference between going to an event and networking. Okay. Okay. You understand what I mean when I say what I mean? Okay. Big up to 211. United Way? Okay. If you need services, go to United Way. Matter of fact, I need to get with United Way. Did I mention affordable housing? Yes. Okay, on the website. It's not on there right now. Right now it's homes.com. I think it's homes.com. But I'm going to take them off. So that, listen, the way these people, when we talk about affordable housing, what is the complaint? See, what happened was is that when we got into the housing bubble, people were buying things outside their means. But right now, and as before, taxes and stuff, interest and stuff is kind of low. But if you know somebody who know how to build a house and you got a good friendship and they will help you out with a little bit of nothing, you can get you an affordable house. Did you know I went up there on Lawson over there the other day, over here in Southwest? And did you know that here it is, some people over there, all them houses, what? Empty. What? We have people, why aren't y'all living in these houses? Huh? Okay. That don't make any sense. Okay? As my uncle would say, a piece of home is better than no home at all. Okay? Not pizza, but a piece or a home is better than having no home at all. Cheers. So anyway, my encouragement is please, they have the layaway plan, SWEHomes.com. You can move to Texas or Georgia. Man, please, don't get me wrong, I ain't trying to solicit any of that business up on my streets. But, you mean to tell me you got them women running around with them children and you ain't found no place at home for them to stay here? Now, what's wrong with you? Now, I wanted to have a conversation, too, about, I did not type any of my stuff up today because I'm reading off of flyers today, okay? I wanted to, but I spent a whole hour trying to sign on today. All right. What? I ain't going to go there because they think that here it is, I can be calling out something else. But this is strictly company, okay? Anyway, I talked about the Atlanta streetcar. And the reason I talked about the Atlanta streetcar, I ain't going to argue with you, but that is just an initiative by many partners, which is a good thing, okay? So the conversation is also in regards to aviation. Now, we have all the STEM conversation in terms of science, technology, engineering, and math. And we have people who've actually graduated and have participated, whether they were doing air control or this, that, and the other, whether they're in the service or whether they were doing this on their own. But we need to upgrade, and this is something that I'm going to probably talk to the Urban League about, or talk to Urban League in regards to, upgrading the education in aviation and maritime. Okay? They do have boats in Lake Lanier. Okay? They do have boats in Lake Oconee. And if they don't have it, let's buy a boat so they learn how to do it. Okay? We do. Matter of fact, we should be trying to figure out the Chattahoochee River. Where's that water flow? You understand where I'm coming from? We do have a little man-made lake somewhere. I wonder if half of these folks know how to swim. Okay, just because we landlocked don't mean that here it is we can't go on the water and learn how to swim. So yes, I will be going to the Urban League or any of the rest of them because I already sent Keisha Bottoms a letter. And I'm like, okay, I need to actually, what is this young man's name? Remember I said we had to know our politicians. Ooh, goodness gracious, I'm making a mess. Just giving something about my little notes here. But William Bell Edwards, okay, he's the other person that's over here in this area or services area. We got Keisha Bottoms and William Bell Edwards. Okay. Now, yes, we need to upgrade on aviation, okay? The whole conversation about aviation should transpire. I mean, develop. Okay? And the reason why is because, yes, there are people who are out there, they may have engineering degrees, and they may have technological degrees, and yes, they do offer training. Okay? Here it is, you got some people that ain't doing nothing, they ain't, go learn how to fly an airplane. Go learn how to ride a boat. Learn how to fix the engines and all that kind of stuff. Okay? I'm like, wow, really? Okay. Same time next year, this is with Felicia Rashad and Kenny Leon, July 8th to August 3rd, at the Fulton County Southwest Arts Center, 915 New Hope Road, Atlanta, Georgia, 30331. You can purchase tickets at 1-877-725-8849, www.truecolorstheater.org, www.truecolortheatre.org. Okay? And I mentioned that this Saturday they're having the Atlanta Caribbean Culture Festival on Saturday, June 21st, 2014 at Clayton County International Park. And that's in Jonesboro, people. I don't know if Marta goes out there. That's Saturday, June 21st, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. Okay? You got it? All right. So anyway, I got in contact with this young man. He said, there's only one me. I said, I know that's right. But this person, they want to have me do this. This person want me to have me do this. I was like, okay. Sometimes I ask, well, what does it do with street meat? If we were looking at everything in this totality, and one person wants you to do this, and another person wants you to do that, guess what? It's all about the same thing. What you think? Okay. And I guess what it is being able to call, or is it calling someone else's name, or where you're affiliated with? Is that what it is? Where's your affiliation? Who you're affiliated with? Okay. Well, like I said, I don't mind, being called or considered a member or someone who's collaborating, unity, and all that kind of stuff. But yes, we're Street Meat Company. Okay, so if I'm providing certain training or I'm communicating with you and you feel like here it is, there are certain things that you like, some people are like, well, here's what about Nguzo Saba, that's coming from Dr. Malana Karenga's Kwanzaa. I was like, I know that's right. But the thing is that, okay, well, don't get me misunderstood. I ain't trying to, but I just know that how I envision Nguzo Saba. Okay, because when I look at all these different things, if you look at my notes prior to me actually, it's almost similar. It really is. The ones that I had was unity, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics just kind of come on with true amelioration or the association. But creativity was one of the things, the arts. Okay? How do the architect and how do we define that? Okay? Like, you have these people, I was listening to one of my teachers, and he'd be like, oh, wow, here it is, the Egyptians. How did they build those pyramids? Oh, they were magnificent. I said they did this like a block by block. Okay, I'm like, here it is. Some people just got it misunderstood. How else do you think they did it? They the things that they put them there. Honey, I'm like, they went over that sucker with some cement, okay? But if you hit that thing, you'll see there's blocks or rocks, okay? They making it seem like here it is. It was a big old cylinder. And guess what? They try to make it seem like, hey, they can't pick that up. Don't you know we got cranes that can pick that up? Even if they did it block by block. Okay, now that's a solid block. Hold on, we do have those round cylinders. And they do, when we look at the construction of, how they do our freeways and our highways, why would a person today question how they built a pyramid? Really? Now, here it is, you got them folks off the wall talking like that. When we got big old cranes that can carry thousands of pounds. Anyway, his conversation was, oh, well, here it is, if we could get these people to get motivated. Well, anyway, all that is said is that when you're thinking about building and you want to bring forth new architecture, or you want to define what that architect is, like, here it is, what made it, distinctively different. How did you know? Like, we know when we're in in these colonial or Venetian, you just know that, You understand where I'm coming from? Now, and the Africans, to tell you the truth, their houses are more round. Now, that would be something different and new if we want to call and claim that. We really don't got too many round houses, even though they do have some houses that are round. You understand where I'm coming from? You understand what I mean? When I say what I mean? But we don't have a community of just round houses. Okay. So that would be good. I mean, that here it is, designed this way. Okay. It doesn't matter if you go up or down. I mean, why does the houses have to be square? Who thought of that? Well, a lot of people look at that as being something that is European built. Because when you look at, but it's still kind of common when you look at the Asians and how they build some of their stuff, right? Hold on, you guys, really quick. Excuse me. And then, we have the Indians. They also had round houses and stuff like that. But where you really see a lot of the round houses are in the Africans. The Africans and the Indians, because when you think about the teepees, right? Let me look at this. My computer is acting up today. My goodness gracious. Okay, hold on. Now there's something. Oh, I know that we have something good to talk about. But we have to consider when we look at creativity and what that is. So that hype is, from strictly perspective, is how do we define art? The first woman to say, you know what, we have some people who are defining art here. Hold up. Our art, we want to be able to kind of like have it at certain places so that it can be unique in different places. Mind you, remember, we got that big old run of kente cloths and mud cloths and all this thing. There's those Africans with a little round head and all that other stuff. I ain't going to, don't get me misunderstood. Face art is good because we find it throughout Asia. We find it, they do the mask. But I'm not really sure when we start getting the, that's interesting. Because, we have to have had square. So we saw that the pyramids were, they came with edges. So we have that, isospheres or whatever. But then, with the shapes and everything. And then when we see the teepee, we saw that the teepee, is it teepee? Yeah, the teepee, it was also round. The teepee was round. But then when you look at it, it had those sticks. Was it round? Yeah, it was round. I don't know. What about the tents? So anyway, the aspect of architect. And then when we look at agriculture, when we look at Machu Picchu, and then here we look at how some of the Asians do their agriculture, sometimes it be on the mountains, or they do it in layers, like at steps. Okay? So what is it in terms of our creativity and how we build? What makes us distinctively different? What makes us unique? Not disputing that, people are not out there making round houses. That's nothing new. Africans been doing that. The Indians have already been doing that. I wanted to say something about the the Asians. If we read inside, the history book, the Bible, we'll see where certain areas was like kind of, like they build the walls around certain areas. That's what that reminds me of. Like when you go to certain places in Asia, they have big walls, right? Then when you open it up, then it look like something else. They have maybe these different houses here and here and here. Well, that almost looked like how they did that like when you go to Mexico and you go to, don't give me the feeling about the names, but when you look at, when you go to some of those areas, like I went to the one near Mexico City, that right there where you had the sun god and the moon god and all that and the snake tooth, when you look at that, that actually looked like it could have been a capital or something, like a major city, okay? It was not a place where people were living. And then, like, they will show you, like, little basketball. And I said, oh, that looked like where they played basketball, like it was a gym or something. Then they showed us one where they had the rattlesnake. Because when you think about rattlesnake is actually medicine, okay? They have venom, and then that tail is medicine in the tail. So they have, and that's like, oh, is that, I was like, is that the rattlesnake or is that a grape? Like when you look at grapes, it has like the little grape clusters and everything, and there's like the rattlesnake. But when you look at the snake actually is medicine, okay? Just when you look at, here it is, the medicine, that's what they have. They had a little snake going around, a little staff. But then one of those places like could have been the hospital. Okay, so when we look at it, to tell you the truth, it really does not show. Houses or the agriculture. Right now, even with the Mayans, or even with the Egyptians, what was the irrigation? I'm walking up the road. The irrigation, it matters. What was the irrigation system? Right now, what I find interesting is they have the new.
Enfants d'Ounia, raconte-nous des histoires.